Throughout his long career, there has been a mystique surrounding this silver-tongued academic we know as Dr. John DeGrove.
Now, is John DeGrove a guru? I think so.
I want to congratulate John and Gail for their commitment to this state and to really developing a whole cadre of committed people to try to do something about urban and environmental problems.
Joint Center's where I'd rather stay. Our passion is to work all day. I just adore a plan review. Darling, I love it, it's managed by you-know-who.
But you will notice there were very few male faces. John liked to hire women. He said they worked harder.
The Joint Center was always one of those sources, certainly under Dr. DeGrove, but the staff was always extraordinarily capable.
Governor Graham created a group called the Resource Management Task Force that was to look at possible legislation and solutions to ensuring the best resource management in the state. It was the beginning of the idea about growth management. But it was terrific work. We worked in a time of the heady times of the progressive state era in planning and environmental protection.
In 1987, in July, I moved to Fort Lauderdale to help John in his mission to actually expand the course offerings and to make a freestanding urban planning program. I remember that first Joint Center office when I met him, which I think was under the stairs in the basement of the only building on the FAU campus, which was the administration building, moving to Commercial Boulevard, where we were able to schedule our own classes, be in control of the first floor, work with Sarah Shannon, and get the Institute of Government up and running conferences every single month and making it a real center of activity for the education of Florida's growing number of urban planners and local government officials.
At the time I came, he was the father of growth management in the United States. And I contacted him and said I wanted to work with him. And I would bring my own funding. And he said yes. The history's interesting. That's the book. It is militantly anti-sprawl. That was the starting point.
Abacoa is a 2,050-acre piece of property located in Jupiter. At the time, the first real mixed-use T&D project to be done in South Florida. The MacArthur Foundation and Cypress formed a joint venture, and we created Abacoa Development Company. I became president of Abacoa Development I think it's been a great partnership. I think really when MacArthur thought about putting this together, we've ended up doing exactly what the goal was, to study projects such as Abacoa. And we're fortunate to have a built-out version that we can study. The goal was to test the theory. And through the various studies you've done and the ones that you're going to continue to do, you're going to continue to test it and see where we did right and where we did wrong.
I am so honored to be a part of this 50th anniversary webinar to just celebrate the work of CUES. You know, as I think back on my years at FAU and my experiences there, I would not be where I am, and I don't just say that lightly, if it was not for Florida Atlantic University Joint Center programming. As we look at, you know, the 5 decades, CUES has been dedicated to helping communities, makers, folks who want to deal with issues related to urban issues, rural issues, environmental issues, and quality of life issues. And that to me is significant. And it made me who I am today.